Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna go underwater and we're gonna explore shaky head worms, right? We're gonna get some awesome underwater footage. We're gonna talk about how we use this bait, what we throw it on, what's going on with that shaky head worm. So hey, let's go underwater. We'll see you out there. Hey guys, I want to talk about how I modify these shaky head worms. Number one, we want that worm to be able to stand up on the bottom and give a nice enticing tail action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a toothpick like we see here, and I'm going to insert it in the tail of this worm, just like that. So when this worm is underwater, the head is down and the tail is up, and that underwater footage is really going to show you the difference, right? So we're going to take this toothpick and we're going to insert it in the tail of this worm right here, and we're going to make sure we don't puncture any sides. This is a big bull worm right here by Strike King, one of the best worms to throw this time of the year coming out of that summer transition. So we're putting about half that toothpick in, then we're cutting that toothpick and we're shoving it the rest of the way in, and then pull that up, and right now you have a toothpick in that worm, but the fish aren't ever going to know the difference, and that tail is going to stand straight up and down in the water. A great way to throw a shaky. Alright guys, so underwater, the Strike King bullworm looks amazing. As you can see here, the open pore worm does a really good job with that toothpick in the tail. It stands up. There's really not a better worm to throw on a shaky head, in my opinion, than this bullworm when the water is warm. I throw this bait through grass, through all this cover. You can see it's 4x4. I love throwing it under docks. It has a big profile in the water. It's going to get a big bite. It swims amazing, and you can really do a lot with this worm in potholes and grass, on rock. A lot of people think you can only throw a shaky head in rocky or hard cover. Untrue, right? This bait excels in those conditions. It's very visible. It has great colors. I love this morning dawn type color. This is a great summertime worm to throw on the ledges. Shaky head gives it a different look. Most people throw this bait Texas rigged. As you can see here, this bait does an exceptional job on a shaky head coming through water on that Woo Tungsten 1/8 ounce shaky head. Perfect, perfect, perfect selection for shaky heading in grass, right? Next up, we have the other end of the spectrum here. We have a Chompers flat Senko, and this bait is a perfect 4-inch Senko to throw on this shaky head. It's got great action. It's got great tail shimmy and shake on the fall. It stands up nicely. I love the colors on this worm, and it's got a flat profile, which gives it a gliding action on the fall and allows you to really present this worm in a way that is effective, that's going to get bit. It does a fantastic job coming through all this cover. Woo Tungsten really did a good job with this shaky head. It's got that screw lock on it, and it comes through everything, right? I throw it on rock, I throw it in grass, I throw it in sand. It does a really, really nice job for me coming through all of this bottom substrate and staying clean of debris and clean of anything else that's gonna foul up that hook. Third choice on the worm here, I go with the Biospawn Exo Stick. And as you can see here, it's coming through everything, and it stands up really nicely on the shaky head. With any shaky head worm, you want a worm that is going to stand up. The toothpick trick allows you to fish different kind of worms that way, but I really, really, really enjoy a worm that stands up from the bottom, that has that nice little tail flick in action. It's really going to help you get bit long range. Just any kind of worm, but the Biospawn Exo Stick does a great job here. Another way that I like to fish worms on the bottom, just giving a different look. Baits, guys. I fish pressured water all the time. I love throwing baits like a brush hog on a shaky head. It's something that a lot of guys don't do. But one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to spice up this brush hog. So I'm going to take my Spike It pen here, and it's got a garlic scent to it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to love up kind of right here on it. You can see I'm going to give it a little bit of pop on the inside of this bait and just give it extra color, extra scent on the tips of these right here. And what it's going to make it do is it's going to stand out from other baits that people are throwing, but it also is going to mimic those perch and bluegill that come in shallow this time of year and get under docks around cover that the bass are really keying on. So as you can see, it gives it a different look, and it's really going to pop underwater compared to what other baits that look like that are going to be thrown right now. When you're fishing pressure, sometimes you got to mix it up and make your baits look different to get a bite. Another way to be different, throwing creature baits on a shaky head. These baits swim exceptionally well. This is the Yamamoto Cowboy right here, and this bait will get straight up crushed by fish. The shaky head gives it a nice sailing presentation, and it allows you to really get good bottom contact and get that bait standing up well. Right? I really enjoy throwing creature baits on a shaky head in the fall when you have grass and vegetation dying, because you can rip it up out of the grass and let it come back through, and it looks different than a Texas rig. It glides better, right? You have a better gliding action. It looks like those baby perch and those small young of the year sunfish that are coming into the grass in these sections, and it really does a fantastic job in that gliding, swimming action on a shaky head. I haven't seen a bait do that better than the Cowboy, except maybe my next bait, and this bait is a sleeper pick. I don't talk about this bait a lot, but it's a bait that I fish a ton. It is the Berkley Power Bait Chigger Craw and the Crazy Legs Chigger Craw, and I'm fishing it on a shaky head. I really enjoy throwing the Crazy Legs Chigger Craw because you have that craw profile and those little extra tentacles that give it a nice extra pop. This bait has probably caught me more bass than I could care to admit. It's a bait that I throw whenever I feel like I'm around fish that are under a lot of pressure. It's a different look. You get that nice profile on the bottom, but you have a nice gliding and swimming action. It's a really nice profile bait. It looks really good in the water, and it's an amazing bait to throw that a lot of people have forgotten about and don't throw anymore. Skeet Reese won a classic on this bait a long time ago. It's kind of been overshadowed by a lot of other baits in this category, but it is a standard for me, and I throw it frequently, and it catches them all the time, no matter what. Hey guys, we hope you learned something going underwater today with the shaky head. I fish a ton of pressured water. We hope to show you the difference in the way you present baits from other anglers can make a difference in your catch rates. Also, we hope to present you with different ways that you can catch fish in different situations. I love throwing a shaky head. Personally, it's one of my favorite things to do this time of year. Fish sit in those potholes, they sit in those grass areas and shallow areas, and what they do is they sit there and they ambush prey that comes into those areas. Some of those baits are perfect for that. Some of those baits were made for skipping those docks, taking care and giving those fish a different look. I try to be different in what I'm doing to get more bites and generate bigger and better fish. Hey, we'll see you guys out there. Support us, give us a like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.